Hello, my name is Anton Pleshov. I'm a professional software architect with 15 years of software development experience. Today I'm going to be talking about how to create a response for a request for proposal document for a software project. Before we start, please like and subscribe to not miss any future videos. We have a lot of stuff planned about software development planning, which will release to this channel very soon. So stay tuned. Let's get into it.
Request for proposal is a formal explanation requirements for software project from a client. The purpose of this document is for a client to explain the needs of the project and to request offers from software development companies that feature the strategy, timing, and potential cost of development. The company that provides the proposals, best matching the client's demand, will be selected to perform the project and execute the contract. For today's video, I've got a real example of an RFP document. Although the document and analysis provided in this video is real, keep in mind that the data and estimates are completely random, so please don't take them too seriously. Okay, let's get into it. So here is the example of RFP document that we want to review. Basically, the document consists of the following parts: general explanation of the project and its idea, technical information that features the expected components to be delivered, and detailed information about the application process. Our current RFP was created by the U.S. Endowment for Forestry and Communities. The main idea of the project is to create a platform that provides high-quality, standardized carbon data on forests to end users. In a few sections of this document, the technical requirements are clarified for the platform. In particular, they state that pre-existing tools for the platform need to be integrated together with the newly developed tools to form a single software ecosystem. The document lines up the technical requirements for the new tools, the tools to be adopted, and the platform in general. The requirements are actually pretty detailed and give a good perspective on the scope of work required for development. The document ends with some organizational points. It features the projected start date, phases, and criteria for potential appliers. In particular, it states that companies need to have certain work experience and references to apply, and that they must develop a project design document, including project costs, timelines, and deliverables. So the major part of this video will be devoted to the creation of this project design document.
Now that we have reviewed the project, let's create a plan of how we're going to create the proposal for that RFP. It will basically consist of the following steps: creating a project design document, decomposing the project into deliverables, creating a schedule, evaluating budget based on schedule resources, creating a summary document that features deliverables, budget, and schedule highlights. That will basically be the proposal document.
The first step in designing a project is decomposition. To evaluate our deliverables and build a schedule most efficiently, I'll be entering them into Deep Planner, an app specialized in planning for IT projects. Let's first enter the business deliverables. Business deliverables are basically represented by project phases listed under the Outcomes section of the document. This consists of the phases such as platform development, tool adaptations, user testing, platform beta launch, development of 2 additional tools, and platform launch and 1-year stabilization. I'll be now entering all of those deliverables into Deep Planner. In the next step, I will be entering the system components to satisfy the requirements for business features. I defined an architecture consisting of shared components, such as API gateways and databases, and specific applications, such as Carbon Inventory website and tool websites. You can take a look how it looks on this diagram. Let's enter these components into Deep Planner. Now I will map system components to business features. That will define what system functionality each business feature needs in order to reach those business milestones. Now it's time to define activities. Each system component consists of different activities, such as development, business analysis, testing, and release. I enter every activity with estimates and specify those estimates as highly uncertain, because this phase of the project is pretty early. I define dependencies between activities. This also will define the dependencies between system components that I entered earlier. Once this is done, let's go ahead and publish the composition. Now let's analyze the dependencies between components that the planner has generated. For that, let's open the network diagram. On the diagram, we can see that by the nature of the components, it can be convenient to use just one team in the first phases. At later phases, one more team can be added to help integrate the other tools and build a private gateway faster. Now let's go to the Schedule tab and build a schedule. We select 2024 to start works. Let's configure teams. As we want a maximum of 2 teams, let's define 2 dev teams for the schedule. The app will parallel the deliverables execution where it's possible. Let's also define other teams, such as infrastructure, business analysis, and testing team. Now let's go to the deliverables tab, add some system component deliverables, and specify that the first deliverable starts August 2nd, as it is specified in the business requirements. Let's go ahead and publish the schedule. Now let's go to the Schedule Summary tab and take a look at what the tool has generated for schedule data. All right, in summary, we can see that our schedule needs around 1.5 years to implement and has a few important milestones with the different completion date. We can see that platform development will be completed around Q3 2025, whereas other deliverables will be completed closer to Q1 2026. And that includes development of 2 additional tools, tool adaptations, and basically the user testing completion. And in around Q1 2026, this is where the platform will be ready for launch. In the projected resources diagram, we can see that like one development team will be needed for the whole timeline of the project, right? Whereas dev team number 2 and test team number 2 teams, they will be just needed for a year rather than for the full range of the timeline. So we will consider that when we will evaluate the budget for our project. All right, let's take a look at this document. This is the summaries which I put together based on the schedule which we generated in the previous step. So I included the key completion dates for the phases which were described in the RFP document, right? So it includes the platform development, 4 tools adaptations, and basically development of 2 additional tools will be done from the period of Q3 2024 to Q3 2025. And basically the rest of the things like user testing and the platform beta launch and the 1-year stabilization will happen after that, in the period from Q1 2026 to Q1 2027, right? So based on this key dates and based on the team's participation on the resources chart, we can see that basically we'll need maximum of 2 teams, right? So each team, assuming that they will have 2 software developers, each developer costs like 150K per year, and 1 QA engineer 100K per year, and 1 business analyst with 100K per year salary. So basically, if we get the total, that would be around 500K per year per one development team. And also, we'll be hiring one infrastructure team member, which will be doing the responsibilities of infrastructure, release, system engineering, and so on, right? So the salary of that engineer, I'm assuming, will be around 130K per year. That's all based on my assumptions. So usually, the best way to learn this amounts is by conducting the market research, like in the job market which exists on the current date. So basically, I'm stating here that I will be using two teams, right? So team number one will be used for the whole range of the project, like for 1.5 year. So the budget for that team would be 750K, and for team number two, they'll be used just for the portion of the project schedule, and basically that will cost like 500K. So just for a year. And the DevOps engineer, basically, they will be involved for just a year. So I'm including the salary of 130. So the total would be for the whole for this whole group, 380K, the total budget. Okay, now let's create a summary document. To do things faster, we'll be using OpenAI to generate it based on our inputs. We'll include our deliverables, finish dates, and the budget details. And let's see what it generates. So as you can see, I scaffolded this request for ChatGPT, which includes basically the key timeline, milestones, and the budget for the teams, right? And how, like, which number of teams I want to have in my schedule. And also included the start date for the project based on the RFP request. So let's see what that generates in the end. All right, so as you can see, it generated pretty good summary document which contains project overview details with some key deliverables and timelines which we requested it to include, right? It also generated the teams breakdown, and the salary and the budget for each team, and basically the total funding which we want to request for this project. And of course, this is just a document to start with, right? You can add more details about your company, about portfolio, and about the experience, and maybe more details about the context, like why you're interested in that particular project. But overall, it's a good starting point to create a proposal and basically include all this information, which is really what the requester is mostly interested in. All right, once the summary is completed, now we can submit the proposal along with all of the project design documents to the requester. For that, we are creating some kind of a final package, right, which should include data such as like activities, and information about the composition, system components, including network diagram, schedule summary, and of course the RFP response itself. So all of that information, auxiliary information, like activities and decomposition, is very useful for a requester to understand your plan, your idea of implementing the project, and all that information can be easily obtained from the Planner app just by using the export to PDF function of the app. Once I completed that package, you now are ready to send this information to the requester. I wish you all good luck.
Thank you for watching this video. For more information about the app which was used to create the proposal, please check out the links in the description below. I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.